Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and we're going to talk a little loud because you're hearing running water. Why is that? We are at the cage of Sir Chomps-a-Lot, and you know, we like to have people come in and help us out. If you're wondering where he's at, we're not going to mess with him. He is underneath this piece of grass, so you can see his head right there. We want him nice and calm because today, I can just, after a while, you can hear when the filter needs cleaned by the sound it makes, and the filter needs cleaned. Kaden has always been asking about wanting to see how this stuff works, so guess what?
Have I?
Yeah. Many a time, who would play with the CROC? I want to hold the CROC. I want to grab the CROC. To play with the CROC, you got to learn to clean the CROC. I can tell you, cleaning a CROC shit-filled filter is gross. He's never done it.
I'm gonna go grab some of those blue and nitrile gloves back there.
Oh no, you gotta be a man. So you want to come on this side? I'll tell you how to do this.
I got animals for a living. I'll be all right.
So it's really simple. When we do this, we're never gonna mess with the Cayman. He's right over there. He's fine. He's right where we want him to be. Open this all the way up. So all you have to do is reach in there, and there's a joint where that screws into there. Yep. Just unscrew it.
Where is it? Right here?
Right there at the base. So go ahead and get a quick unscrew. CROC's going to stay there.
Oh, that sucker's on there.
Yes, because I use these.
Yeah,
put it on.
Lefty.
Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty.
I'm going the right way, trust.
A 43-year-old man put that on. And his name is Matt.
Matt
There it came. Okay. I'm going to pick that up now. Hold it there. Let the water drain. But try not to drain it over the top too much. You can lean it so it comes out the hole where you were just attached. That way all that particulate that's still sitting there hopefully gets mostly trapped in the filter. You won't get all of it. We're going to do our best. And once that finishes draining, then the real fun begins. Because this isn't that bad yet. We're going to take this into the bathroom where Kaden's going to see, and you guys can see, how disgusting these filters really get. We're not doing a filter replacement. We're probably due for a filter replacement. We have to go get some parts for that. We are just going to clean the filters and replace them. So how does this system work? So what we have on here is two filters. There's a charcoal filter and a pond, like a big scum filter, all sitting through there. The rocks are just there to kind of weight it down. There are more rocks below to help weight it down so it stays in the water. And that's kind of it. All right, if it won't spill, if you don't want to spill on the carpet, now you can tilt it. We're going to carry it to the bathroom. It's going to be a little tight here for filming, so give us a second to get the angle we need. But we'll get it. Kurt will tell us where to be, all of that fun stuff. So, I typically use this sink. So step one is make sure the hole is in the sink, right? So if it does drain, it's draining the sink. We're going to take all these rocks off and we're just going to set them into this tub. The reason that tub is we're going to rinse those rocks and wash them too, right? So we're not going to just ignore those because they're disgusting, because all the poop and all the nasty in the world gets sucked into this, which means it sucks over those rocks. We're going to give them a good rinsing too. Guys, this looks like tea for a reason. It's disgusting. It's gross.
You want to take a drink?
I have. It's bad. No, I have not. Don't drink tea water. It'll make us sick, guys. But when somebody says, do you want to do that? Always say, I already have. Because it sounds badass. Don't drink poo water.
Have you fucked a $3 hooker? I have.
I have.
That does not sound badass.
I got a little chlamydia. It's fine. Got a little penicillin can't cure.
I don't think that's the mentality you should have.
Okay, so I'm going to step out of the way so Kurt can see this better. So now what you're going to do is just go ahead and just, I would drain this thing first. Just tip it up. Let all that water run out that you can. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to take one filter off.
You.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep.
And get this out the way for now. So what we're going to do with that, yep. And then we're going to, I use, nice good warm water. And then you got to knead that shit out of there. If I knead that shit, I mean literally you got to knead that shit. That whole filter is going to change color, bro. So you got to get that all cleaned out as best you can. Get it in there good, wring it out. See how it's changing color? That's because, and look at the color of the water in there. So if you guys think about getting a CROC, this is something you have to do pretty often. It's gross. It is disgusting. CROCs are nasty creatures. I love them, but don't get one if cleaning some poop is going to make you squeamish. I've done this hundreds of times. I don't feel bad to watch somebody else do it. Get all that, yeah, get all that shit good and out. Then kind of look at it on both sides, see how we're doing. Good and clean. There you go. I like to just kind of run it like that, where it's just going through one layer. And I flip it over and run it the other direction too. Try to get as much of that stuff out as you can. All right, bring that thing out, set it over there on that lid. Do the next one. Again, this isn't really exciting, but some of reptile keeping's not exciting, right? A lot of keeping animals is cleaning shit. You know, I don't care if you're a rancher, a farmer, a reptile breeder, breeding, you know, guineas, whatever you choose to do, you're going to clean shit. Whether it's mucking stalls, cleaning cages, cleaning a filter full of CROC turds. If you can't handle like the dirty part, don't do the animals. Next thing, run some good water in there, try to rinse it out, so you can get some more shit out of there. You're going to want to run out that one hole, right? You see that little chunk of nasty fall out? That's what we're talking about. You can put some other filter material in these. This filter, just so you guys know, it's made to filter an entire pond. So it moves a whole lot of water on a pump through there because CROCs are so gross. You've got to have a heavy duty filter. Don't forget to rinse these bad boys out. It's so much fun.
Yeah, for you.
I just like that's good. Let's take him and shake him around in there. Now let's see the water. We'll show why we do this. Just rinsing that with fresh clean water, that is now the color of that water right there. See how gross that got? So that was just poop and shit hanging on these rocks. So that's why we wash those stones. Okay, we're good to go now. We try not to let them go down the sink drain because plumbing will hate us. But it happens sometimes. One thing I'm really interested in, and I won't be here to see, is, you know, a million years from now, when they're doing soil samples here to find out what ancient humans were doing, they're going to find CROC shit, because we don't have a real sewer. We're all on a septic system. So my septic tank here has CROC shit, python shit, human shit, all of that in there. And at some point, we're going to confuse the scientists going, were there caimans in Manhattan, Kansas, or this part of Kansas? Not really. So we got to build this back up, right? So we put it back the same way we took it apart. So the first, that one goes first. As light colors is, that's why I said we are due for a new piece of charcoal filter. But, you know, got to go to the pond store to do that. Don't ever underfilter your caimans or your CROCs. You know, if you're going to have it in the water, you can't really overfilter that. I mean, they can handle some pretty gross, nasty water if you think about where they live. But again, we're not trying to replicate that part. So make sure it's pretty good and clean. So we're going to go right back where we started. Get this out the way for you. First thing is always this. Where's the CROC?
I'm guessing he's under there.
Guessing ain't good.
He is. I see
him. Okay, you
yeah.
see him good. Because you want to make sure you're not going to put your hand on there, anything like that. So then just go ahead and submerge that. We'll take on some water. See how well that thing is flowing now? Because it's not sucking filter. It's going to slow down. But you'll see a marked difference in how well this is flowing water versus how it was before we did the filter. And so when you're running a setup like something like this, one of the things to notice is when that starts to slow down and you lose some of that pressure, then it's time to clean your filter. Like the cage will tell you, the filter's getting kind of gummed out. So you can see how much better that's flowing. And there's also several holes under the water you can kind of see if you look close right here. That one's kind of blowing up. That keeps the water flowing, it keeps things around. Occasionally you need to stir that up and clean the bottom too, which you probably do for, but that's a problem for another day. So how was that, your first disgusting filter change?
I've done nastier shit. I've had my arm clear up a cow's ass, clearing out blockages.
That's why you like farm kids. They don't get grossed out by much, right? But if you're a city kid and you're saying, or a city person, and you're saying, I want to get this, I'm not going to tell you no, but just be prepared to have your hands deep in shit. And if you're not okay having your hands in animal shit, don't get animals. Just don't fucking do it. But if you are okay, have at it. Any questions about CROC filters?
Just like changing a fish filter.
It kind of is. I just think they shit more nastier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross. It's like it almost is like a mud layer on there.
It's
But
nasty.
you know that mud layer is literally nothing but
Shit.
croc feces. And two, these guys will hide food. We have found, or they'll shit bone. We have found pieces of things that he ate part of and stashed part. And you find all kinds of gross shit sometimes. Kurt, any questions?
No.
Kate, any questions?
I got nothing.
That is one of the nastier things we'll clean. So if you can handle that, guess what?
Cleaning the rats that get stuck in the water is nastier.
Oh yeah, if you have a
That
rat get
smells.
left in the water, that's really bad.
That's nasty.
So you have to put your hand in that water. You just kind of
Yeah.
chunk that, clean the bowl, and you're done. Here, it's more hands-on gross. One more thing we have to do, we won't show that on camera, is when you do something like this and your hands are that deep in animal shit, what should you do?
Sanitize.
You gotta wash your hands, right? Don't, because you're gonna, you'll go scratch your eye or something else and give yourself fucking pink eye from playing in croc shit. So, or it's just gross. Or you'll eat dinner.
Get a good B-roll of this.
I'll take a little bit. Woohoo! So just make sure and just get yourself cleaned up, y'all, so you don't eat that on accident. You're not scratching your mouth and eating Sir Choncelot too. Alright guys, that is all we got. We're going to go over to Patreon. We're going to talk a little bit more about how rewarding this animal is, some of the other things that we have to do for this animal. Unfortunately, when we close, this is one I don't get to keep, and it is really heartbreaking. I thought of trying to find good ways to do it, but because this house will be occupied, especially this area, if I were to move this to my home, one, he has a penchant for climbing this fence about once or twice a year, and that would not be good. And two, I have cats, and with it being an open top, there would be a disaster, and that would not be fair to my cats, nor would it be fair to my Kaden to put them into that situation together. So unfortunately, this is an animal I will not get to keep long term now, which is kind of a bummer, but it's life, right? All right, guys, that is all we got, and we will catch you all next time.